All right, hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. We are live on air again, and I apologize. Yesterday I could not go live on air because this new YouTube thing is not working. I hope the voices sound good. Let me know, please, if you have any problem from your side. Yesterday, and we heard about shooting and killing, and those news became normal these days. To the point violence became like a daily news around the world. But it might be shocking to see in countries which is supposedly a lot more secure and safe from other countries. Otherwise, shooting is a daily news in Afghanistan, Somalia, Syria, Iraq, etc. You name it. So violence is a problem, and violence should be rejected by us. But violence is not just something new. Human being, even the Bible teaches us that the children of Adam, one of them killed the other brother. So if a human being is willing to kill his brother, why he will not kill a stranger? Always there is somebody he likes violence and he is attracted to violence. But our worry is not just an individual, he might be mentally ill, but when an individual who is mentally ill claim to be a teacher, and there's millions and millions and millions of people, they follow this teacher, that will become more dangerous. All of us were against what Hitler did. So imagine if Hitler, he announced himself as a prophet and he says killing people is all right. Actually, that's what he said, and that's what he did. But lately we start noticing that a new propaganda is coming to the surface. As we see in front of us, this is an organization. It's called Emir O Stein. This organization, they have tons of videos. All of them, they are sponsoring violence by covering up for violence. And I will explain to you what does that mean. When you try to promote ideas which is false, covering up for violence, you are not stopping violence, you are making violence legal. As an example, those people, they claim that Islamic Sharia law sponsor women, is not against women, but you have a wrong understanding. As example, they claim that Islam is not a racist cult, but it is anti-racism, and not only that, Muhammad is the first anti-racist. As an example, this site claimed that Muhammad was not a prophet of war, he was just a man defending himself. You can watch their videos and you will die laughing at the lies after lies after lies. I'm not going to play all their videos, but what we will do, very simple, to prove that everything they say there is absolutely false. And what they do, they bring you someone supposedly is a Christian minister in a church. If we go to their YouTube page, I'm not going to play their videos, but I will show you their YouTube page so you can get an idea how this propaganda works. As you see here in the front of us, this is a minister from a Protestant church. Another video I saw, they brought someone to us supposedly is from a Catholic church, as you see. And all of them, they are saying one thing: we share the same God, we share the same value, and Muslims, they worship like us, same God, and they don't teach violence, and Islam does not teach violence, and Islam is a peaceful religion, and obviously you Christians, you have a very wrong idea. In other way, you are a bunch of stupid, you do not know what are you talking about. So they bring you someone claiming to be Christian or Catholic or Protestant, whatever you want to call that name, and then they start quoting for you some verses from the Quran in order to deceive you, and says to you, oh, Islam teach good things about Jesus, about peace, about etc. So today we are going to examine how truthful those people are. I cannot play all the videos for you in order to get them busted, all of them one by one, but why want to do that? I mean, we get the idea. Muhammad is not the prophet of war. Is that true? Muhammad is a person of peace and he was defending himself. Is that true? And then they start quoting for us verses from the Quran. But the deception is amazing. when they quote for us a verse from the Quran, they forgot that the Quran is speaking about, like as an example, they say to you, Islam, Quran is against transgression. Okay, but what does that mean? They will not tell you, if you don't believe in Islam, you transgress. This is what transgress mean. If you don't believe in Islam, you are a person who transgress. It's not about you waging war. The second you don't believe in Islam, you are doing transgress. If we go in the Quran, we will find this, and let us hit the snake head. The Quran make it clear that Muhammad, he was fighting Christians and Jews for very simple reason. And here for me as a Christian, I will speak about the Christian first. The Quran make it clear that anyone who don't believe in Islam, from the Christians or the Jews, he had either to be killed or to pay jizya. And jizya, the Muslims, they lie to us and they say this is nothing but a tax. But the fact, as you see in the Quran, it says with willing and him in submission and him to be subdued, humiliated. And if you read the interpretation for this verse, you will see that all Muslims agree that because the Christian refused to accept Islam, Muhammad, he have to launch a war on them and kill them all. Or you can live, but you have to pay me. And not only you have to pay me, you have to pay to live, and you have to live like less than an animal. Just to prove my point, I'm not saying things from my own. I'm going to go and show you the interpretation for this as Muslims agree, not as a Christian prince said. Remember, because what matter at the end of the day is what the real Islam teach, not what some people make articles, maybe me, maybe you, maybe a Muslim, but the truth will be exposed. Those are the scholars who Muslims, they follow their opinion with no hesitation. This is Ibn Kathir, one of the well-known scholar for Muslims, and we can change the scholar, doesn't matter really for me. All of them, by the way. Ibn Kathir is one of the moderate scholars, supposedly, compared to the others who they are a lot older than him in history, but still he is trying to make Islam look better. But even the one who is moderate, look what he say. Non-Muslims are mushrikeen, and they are impure, and they are dirty. If you go in the website here, you will see they say to us that who is the first racist? Who is the first anti-racist? Well, obviously it's Muhammad. Who is the first anti-racism? Muhammad. Are you kidding me? For sure it's Muhammad. But look, the Quran says if you are not a Muslim, you are dirty, filthy. And not only that, there is no go zone, and until now they practice that. So how you go and say to the Christian that Islam teach the same value of Christianity? Did Jesus says that those who they are not Christians, there is no go zone for them because they are filthy, dirty? Did Jesus says because somebody did not believe in me, I believe that he is dirty and he should not be allowed to walk in certain streets? If you don't believe me, you can see, you can go to Prophet Google, peace upon him, and you can search for Muslim only Mecca. Muslim only? Yes, my friend, Muslims only. This is not from the cave time. This is what they have right now in their highway. Muslims only. You see the signs? All of those saying Muslims only. This is not a fiction. We are not making things up. And as you see in the screen, there's a highway for the Muslims and there's a highway for non-Muslims. So if you go in the wrong way, you are risking your life and they might chop your head because you are filthy, dirty. And the Quran says clearly that those are mushrikeen, which means filthy. They are not allowed to enter a holy area. So how is Islam teaching anti-racism when you consider mankind, you consider more than 7 billion human beings filthy? For a very simple reason, they don't accept Muhammad, including the Christian, the Jews, the atheists, the Hindus, the Buddhas, and nobody left. So in this website, they try their best to present to us false information about the man. His name is Muhammad. That this guy, he fought against racism. He don't believe in racism. And not to forget to mention that Muhammad considered that the black man is the most enemy for Allah, and he considered that Shaitan is a black person, and he considered that even he should kill even a black dog just because he's a black. For a very simple reason, you are a black animal, Muhammad, he will kill you. He told them, kill every black animal. And if you are a person who love animals, especially dogs, you explain to me what kind of religion this religion, and when they speak to us in the videos, they say Muhammad was a man of mercy. Why Muhammad, he want to kill all dogs actually, but then when people complain, he said, okay, kill only black dogs. What? Why black dogs? He said because the black dog is the devil. So Muhammad teach that black dog is the devil, and those people teach that Muhammad was a mercy for mankind and he is not a racist. Even animals he did not leave them alone, and one of the most a friend for mankind is the dog. Actually, if I go myself somewhere in the middle of nowhere, I prefer to have a dog with me. He is better than a friend actually. He will not betray you, he will protect you, and he will give his life to protect you. You sleep, he wake up. So here we notice how those people, they try to deceive us by saying things which absolutely disgusting, because it's full of lies. How someone, he claimed to be a Christian minister, he stand and he says Muhammad was not a prophet of war, when Muhammad, he said it clearly in the Quran, go and kill every Christian until they pay the money or they die. Read with me carefully. The mushrikeen are dirty, filthy, and this is why we have those signs to prevent the Jews and the Christian from entering the masjid, the Muslims. Why? Because we are filthy. Who says that? This is the Quran. So let them. They are impure. By the way, translation here is impure is funny, because najis is not about being impure. Najis means you are filthy to the point nothing can wash you. It's not just impure. Like impure, maybe I do ablution, I will be fine. No. You are not a Muslim and nothing will make you pure. You are impure just because you are not a Muslim. And here Muhammad, he says the believer will never become impure. Do you see it? So Muhammad, he said to the Muslims, you are always pure. They are the impure just because he's a believer in Muhammad. And then you will see Muhammad saying that the jizya, which some they lie and they say this is a tax, he says them feel themselves subdued. Okay, what does that mean? Means simply that they will be humiliated. They will be disgraced. They will be tortured. They will be treated like not even equal to animals. Read carefully with me. Fight against those who believe not in Allah nor the last day, is no forbid what is forbidden by Allah. See, fight those who don't believe in Allah, not fight those who they are fighting you. They will show you different verses. Well, the Quran says fight not if they don't fight you. But in Islam, if you don't believe in Islam, they are fighting Islam. They will not. You see how they try to fabricate the meaning. Islam, when Islam says fight those who fight you, he's talking about fighting those who they are refusing Islam. Are we getting the point? So they try to deceive you, and to explain and to prove that to you, let us go to the words of Muhammad. Is it really fighting Islam? In Islam is if you don't accept Islam, you are fighting Islam and you are considered waging war? Yes, let us see. Who is best to explain Islam to us more than Muhammad? Not like this idiot here in this website. He know nothing about Islam. He is just a person get paid, and God knows what is behind this propaganda, but always follow the money. The best one to explain Islam is not a guy like him or even me. Muhammad himself, he will answer. Look what Muhammad said. I've been ordered, commanded by Allah to kill all mankind. Fight here is uqatil. Uqatil in Arabic mean fight to kill, not fight by shoes or fight by debate. To fight and kill all the people until they testify that there is no God but Allah and Muhammad is his messenger. And if they perform salat and pray and pay the zakat, then they will earn their protection of their blood and their property. So Muhammad making it clear that he is going to kill everybody, including Muslims, by the way, if they don't pay zakat and pray like him and do as he said. So even if you say I'm a Muslim, still you might be killed. And this is why in their videos they say, look, you think that those terrorists are they are following Islam. In fact, they kill Muslims too, because Muhammad himself, he said, so you idiot. Muhammad, he said in the front of our eyes, if you don't do any of those things, it doesn't matter. Here we go, in the front of your eyes. Your blood and your property is halal, it's kosher. And look how many times, and all of this is very authentic, and not a single Muslim can deny it. So they are covering up for the violence of a criminal in order to promote violence, because now you made us take Muhammad as a great example of way of life. So if I attack my neighbor and I take his wife, well, I'm following Islam, because simply the Prophet said, we'll fight against those who don't accept Allah. I have been commanded, as you see. And he's talking about what? Your blood and your property. And only if you pray as we pray, and eat as we eat, and even face the direction as we face, only then I will not kill you. Allah Messenger said, I have been ordered to fight to kill the people till they say none has the right to be worshipped but Allah. You see, what is the reason to fight? They say to you in the video, or the Quran says, fight those who fight you, and if they go for peace, go with them. No, my friend, let me explain to you how those liars, they lie to us. Muhammad, he gave Muslims opportunity. If you are weak and you cannot make victory, then you don't attack until you are ready. If you are strong and you can kill them all, then you attack and never sign for peace. Can we prove it? Absolutely. Read carefully. This is the chapter which is carrying the name of Muhammad himself. Be not weary and faint hatred, crying for peace when you should be the uppermost, for Allah is with you. Okay, so when we cry for peace, when you are not the uppermost, do you see it? Do you see it? So who is going to tell me about what Muhammad peace plan is? This guy who don't know what he's talking about, he just get paid, he's an idiot, he's a liar, he's a fabricator, he's lying to us, or what the Quran is saying? Be not weary and faint hatred, crying for peace. When you are the uppermost. So when we cry for peace, only when you are not the uppermost, which means temporarily. So do you see, my friend, how they lie to you? Do you see how they fabricate meaning? How we can trust those people in this website to be teaching us anything true? Who are they, those people? Who is behind them? How in the world somebody he claimed to be a Christian minister, he is willing to stand and lie to his teeth, saying Muhammad was a person of no war and he was not a racist, and not only that, he gave women their right. You're right, Muhammad, he gave women their right. Since when? By beating them? By saying in the Quran that women or half a brain? And women, we can beat them? And then you say and you claim that Islam and Sharia law is not really what you think. This is Sharia law. Sharia law is, if my wife disagree with me, I can beat the hell of her. They will say to you, oh, beat her lightly. My friend, first of all, that is a fabrication and we can prove it. There's nothing is called beaten lightly. First of all, this is a penalty, a punishment. So how it's going to be lightly? Have you ever heard of somebody beating somebody lightly as a penalty? Secondly, let us say it's so light. Aren't you going to be offended if I slam your face? Lightly or not lightly, that will not change the facts that this is an offense, and Islam teaching offense against women, violence. Number 3, men are maintainers of women. Why? Because they spend their money on them. And by the way, if you don't like the translator, we can change it for you. I mean, all Muslim translator, they lie in their translation anyway. All of them, with no exception. And you cannot get away from it unless you speak Arabic. Or I finish my translation for the Quran. Look what the Quran says. Men are in charge of women because they has made one, Allah has made one excel the other, because they spend of their property to support the women. So good women are obedient, guarding the sacred, etc. And then he says, as for those whom you fear rebellion, admonish them, banish them in bed, just mean jail them in their rooms, and scourge them. Yet in this website they are telling us that Sharia law protect women. Sharia law is a good law. Sharia law, it teach equality. Is it Muhammad who says that no Muslim, no believer will be killed for killing a non-Muslim? Where is the equality? What is the equality? We have a prophet saying, supposedly he's a prophet, remember, that a Muslim blood is not equal to non-Muslims. Why? Simply because you are not equal. I mean, do you have to be genius? In Islam, if somebody kills somebody, not in a like for supposedly a good reason, and a good reason in Islam can be many way. For according to Islam, if you leave Islam, this is good reason to kill you, right? But what they will not tell you when they speak about non-Muslims, that Islam forbid penalty of death if a Muslim kill non-Muslim. What they always try to do for us is to fabricate videos quoting things out of context. We don't do that. As we see, we can show you the interpretation for everything we just said. Look what Islam says. In Islam, if a free man kill a free man, he will be killed. But if he kill a slave man, he will not. In Islam, if a man he kill a woman will be killed, which means you kill my women, I kill yours, which is very stupid. Free for the free, slave for the slave, female for the females. After Muhammad he made this law into practice, people they start laughing at him and his stupidity. And later the Muslim they will say to you, oh, this is abrogated, and this is additional proof that Islam is a stupid religion made by a stupid author. Because what kind of God he says such a law, on how fast you change it, why it's abrogated, what's wrong, what was wrong? Muhammad, the God, he found that there is something wrong in this law. This is what they will say to you. Oh, he abrogated because what? Here you will see the hypocrisy of this religion. Let us go to other part. If a Muslim kill a Muslim man will be killed, which means the killer. What if he killed non-Muslim? It's okay. He will pay him. The price of killing a non-Muslim in Iran is less than $500, which means the price of a goat or a cow. Muhammad, he said, and as you see, this is not me saying that. Muhammad said, Muslims should not be killed in retaliation for a murder of disbeliever. Do you see it? Murder. Did Muhammad say murder? Yes, it's a murder. Yet the Muslim will not be killed for doing a murder. Why? Because this murder is done against someone he is not a Muslim. And yet in their videos they say to you there is equality in Islam. Sharia law is a good law. This is what they say to us. So in this world today, you have to be careful when people they speak to you, even if they claim Christian ministers, because there's many deceivers in this earth. There's many deceivers who promote violence. When you cover up on Muhammad teaching, you are saying it's okay to beat women. You are covering up for violence. We just showed you the Quran saying beat them, discourage them. And then you come and you say, oh, I'm a Christian minister and I'm going to teach you that Islam does not teach really violence. You are covering up for the racism, for the violence, for all the hate. Like if you go on the website here, you will see this guy is speaking why hate. Look even at the title. The title itself is evil. Why evangelical hate Muslims? You see the title itself saying something not true. Because how you can be a person following Christ and you hate Muslims? When Jesus says love your enemy. So the title here, instead of saying why the other side hating the Christians, is saying why the Christians hate the Muslims, when we don't hate the Muslims and we will not accept any teaching of hate. So they flip the truth upside down and they change the title to make it in the opposite direction. And then if we go and we look carefully at what is in the Quran, the guy here in the Quran, he says the Muslims believe in the same thing we believe, and the terrorists, they don't present Islam. But we just showed you Muhammad want to kill everybody, you don't believe in Allah, and the Quran says that in chapter 5 verse chapter 9:29. But if we go in the Quran, and actually in the video they use a chapter 5 verse number 16, as I remember. Let me see, 5:16, just to show you the deception. Guys, the guy in the video, he did read for us this verse, whereby Allah guide whom who seek his good pleasure into the paths of peace. He bring them out of darkness into the light by his degree. So they quote for us this verse. But look, the verse before it and the verse after it is nothing but a cursing to the Christians. Why you as a Christian, you quote for us a verse speaking about right path, peace, and then you avoid the verses before it? The verse before it, it says, and with those who say, Lu, we are Christian, we made a covenant, but they forgot a part of it, or of that, wherefore they were admonished, therefore we stride up enmity and hatred among them till the day of resurrection. Why you did not quote for us the verse? Why he chose the other verse? In the same chapter, is it possible that this is an angelical priest? He did not see reading. I mean, he was able to read the first 16 verses, but he chose only 16. He did not choose number 14. He did not see it. He did not see that this book saying that Allah will spread hatred and enmity. You know, how dare you, how stupid you are. If you are making a video saying that supposedly you're trying to fight hatred, and the title says why evangelicals hate Muslims, which is absolutely false, because you cannot be a person following the Bible and you hate the Muslims. You cannot be. But yet you quote for me a chapter, and you quote for me verse number 16, but you did not quote for me what the verse saying about Allah will spread hate between the Christians. And this is not for the time of Muhammad only, as you see, until the judgment day. If you are a person who is fighting hate, shouldn't you fight this verse? And if you are asking yourself why Christians they have hate, as you claim in the video, will hear the answer. Allah is He gave them hate. Hypocrisy is amazing, and they are assuming that you are the fool who will believe them. Are you? Are we going to be fooled so people they can fool us? So my friend, it doesn't matter what their names. Jesus said, not everyone says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of my Father, but the one who do his will. And those people who they are speaking in those videos are no Christians. They are a bunch of liars and hypocrites. A Christian read the Quran. We did, my friend, we just did. He sent you the Quran is a book of peace. There's nothing wrong there. The Quran not only a book of violence and hatred, the Quran teach torture. And Muhammad he enjoyed torture. The Quran ordered the Muslims to kill their enemies and to cut their fingers for fun. Am I lying? Am I? Christians read the Quran. We did read the Quran. Okay, you want to kill them. Why you want to cut their fingers? What about a God? He is teaching the Muslims to enjoy torturing by cutting your feet and your hands from opposite direction and crucifying you. But remember, Muhammad is a prophet of mercy and he is anti-war. Punishment for those who wage war against Allah. You see here, they say to you, if you wage war against somebody, he have the right to defend himself. But what they will not tell you that me right now, I'm waging war. According to Allah teaching, which means Aka Muhammad, by speaking against Muhammad, I'm waging war. This is against Allah. How you can wage war Allah against Allah? Anyone can explain to me? How we can wage war against Allah? Very simple. The answer very simple. Just do anything against Allah teaching, including starting from believing in Muhammad. The second you don't believe in Muhammad, you are waging a war, and this is the punishment. Execution, crucifixion, cutting off their hands and their feet from opposite side. Do you see it? Somebody saying, let me show you this comment here. The Arabian prophet Muhammad was persecuted for 13 years in Mecca. How can he be a liar? First of all, there's no proof of that, and the proof is the opposite. Because if Muhammad was shouting and screaming in Mecca and he was not killed in Mecca, then he was not as you claimed. The second Muhammad, he left Mecca, he attacked his tribe. They did not attack him. Not a single time in Mecca they attack Muhammad, otherwise Muhammad will be killed. He's just a guy with a few followers. So all those lies is a big fat lie. Secondly, Jesus was persecuted in Jerusalem, yet he did not say to his followers, go and kill the Jews. And he did not go in the highway and he do a piracy job so he can take their wallet and their clothes from them and their camels. You see how they try to fabricate answers, and all after all what I showed you here, now you are saying to me the prophet was persecuted in Mecca. And let us assume that what you said is true. So why you are saying those who don't believe in Allah, I'm going to kill you? Let us say those people, they are bad, just for the sake of argument. How you can explain to me you have a prophet saying, okay, you know what, if you don't believe in me, I'm going to cut you pieces. This is the constitution of your prophet. I've been commanded to kill everybody. So they try to defend falsely with false statement, because even that statement does not give you the right to say I've been ordered to kill everybody. So why he did not kill the people in Mecca in his time when he was there between them? Because he cannot. He was just by himself. So he was playing that he is a peaceful man until he got enough men and attacked them and killed them all. Right? Always they try to fool us with their own propaganda. This is the constitution of Muhammad, and this is what Muhammad he said he will do, and this is exactly what he did. Yeah, we could not do broadcast yesterday, so I found a software. For now, we have a free trial, so later maybe we will have to pay $20 a month. Well, what we can do? I mean, YouTube is messed up. Is the picture, the image, everything is coming good? The voice? This is the first time we try this software. I hope it's coming good. If there is any Muslim would like to prove me wrong, please feel free. All right, you're more than welcome to prove me wrong. Why not? I mean, we will be happy to see a Muslim proving me wrong. And look here, Muhammad not only saying you have to convert to Islam. No, it's not enough. Even if you convert to Islam, this is why ISIS was killing people who they are supposedly Muslims, but according to Islam they are apostate. Why? Look, and if they say so, what they say shahada, and they pray like our prayer, and face the Qibla, which means face Mecca, and not even that, even they slaughter as we, which means they eat as we eat. Then, do you see the word then? Then their blood and their property is safe from being slaughtered. So if you say I'm a Muslim, I say shahada, Muhammad says that's not enough, still I will kill you. If you break any of those, you pray like us, you pay the zakat, you slaughter as we slaughter, you eat as we eat, you face the qibla, and then if you break any of them, legally I will kill you, which means this is my law. Do you see it? Who can deny that? Any Muslim can deny that? Let me show you this. He said they did hit him with the rock. My friend, I can show you right now the story of the rock, and you will see that Muhammad was fighting with them. He was in war with them, you idiot. And if you are speaking about the time they broke his teeth, that is different tribe. If you are talking about the people who did beat him, He went to invite them to Islam. They did beat him up and humiliated him, and he waited for 4 or 5 days before he entered Mecca. This is a different tribe, different location. However, the liar is you, because I am showing you the proof in front of you. I've been commanded. What is the command? Who is talking? Muhammad, not me, not you. To kill all the people. Until what? Until they stop fighting me? No. And until they stop beating me as you claim? No. Until they stop throwing rocks at me? No. Until they say none has the right to worship and Muhammad is a prophet and they pray as we pray, and etc. So your answer is a false answer. Actually, it's a silly answer. You could not answer what we are showing the screen, so you have to come with your own propaganda. Isn't it your prophet who says that, or me? Isn't it him who practiced that, or me? I've been commanded to fight all the people. Until what? Not until they stop throwing rocks at me. No. The target is so clear. They have to say Shahada, saying that Muhammad is a prophet, and they have to eat as he eat, and he have to pray as he pray. And you see, all those are authentic stories, and no Muslim can deny them. And if everybody throw a rock at me, I will go to kill him and kill his people. What kind of religion this religion is? If this is your excuse. Jesus in the cross, he forgave the Jews, even he is dying in the cross. He said, Father, forgive them, they don't know what they are doing. So a Muslim, he tried to find a way to get out of the madness of the violence of Muhammad. He fabricated stories and he come to us, he says, well, they were discriminating him. So what? You Muslim discriminate us Christians for centuries. I never heard of a Christian in the Middle East carrying a gun and going inside the mosque shooting people. We are discriminated for 14 centuries. If you don't believe me, you can go right now and read Ibn Kathir speaking about the pact of Umar. You want to see it? Read with me carefully, because you might say, oh, that's not true. We protect the Christians. All right, yeah, you protect the Christian, my friend. Look at this, it's clear. Until they pay the jizya, because if they do not choose to embrace Islam, so this is a penalty for refusing Islam. With willing submission and defeat. Do you see it? And feel themselves subdued, disgraced, humiliated. So you have to humiliate us. And look, Muslims are not allowed to honor the people of the Dhimma. The Dhimma is the people of the Christians, or elevate them above Muslims, or for they are miserable, disgraced, humiliated. Muslim recorded from Abu Huraira that the Prophet said, who said the Prophet? Look at the teaching of the Prophet. The Prophet of equality and peace. If you see a Christian or a Jew in the street, you spit in his face, you force him to walk in the sewage, you have to humiliate him. Read carefully. Do not initiate the salam, or the word peace, to the Jews and the Christians. And if you meet any of them in the road, force them to the narrowest alley. This is the teaching of a prophet. If a Muslim, he see a Christian or a Jew in the street, you see the narrowest alley here is the sewage. In the old day, there was a tunnel beside the street where dirty water from the houses come out. The women behind the door of the house, she do her laundry, and then she let the water go under the door, and then the water will go in that tunnel, which is open sewage in the street. So the Prophet of Allah, because he's a very peaceful and he have a very good manner and he have a very good ethic, he said to the Muslims, if you see a Christian or a Jew, you have to humiliate him, disgrace him, Force him to walk in the sewage. So if you are saying to me there's some people that did throw rocks at your prophet, he killed them, so what those Christians should do to you then, according to you, according to your logic? Here we go. You do that to us as a Christians in the Middle East, and we did not do. I never heard of a Christian attacking Muslims in the Middle East. And you practice this on us for 1400 years. Do you know why? Not because we are coward, but because we are Christians. Otherwise, violence is very easy. If you want to go crazy, you can go crazy any second you want. Actually, act of violence, especially the one happening against civilian women and children, is an act of a coward man, not a man. He go where nobody have guns and he start shooting, for he's a coward. The same as the teaching of your prophet saying beat your wife, that is an act of a coward. A real man, he will not beat his wife. So what Islam teaching, if you see somebody weaker than you, you beat the hell of him. Oh, I cannot beat you in the street, you are a man, I'm going to go and beat my wife because this is what is allowed for me to do officially, legally, brother. Is that true, or we are making things up? And the Muslim, they try always to come with false translation and say to you, it says first, it says second. I challenge the Muslim to show me where in the verse it says second and first, and where it says lightly. You see, let me show you. If you see this translation here, it says admonish them first, between two brackets. Next, refuse to share bed with them. Where it says refuse to share, it says وَهْجُرُوهُنَّ فِي الْمَضَاجِعِ, which means jail them in their rooms. Al-Madaja is not their beds, it's their rooms. At least beat them lightly. Look at the false translators. Does it say lightly? Let us see what Muhammad he did. Muhammad, he taught a man, a Muslim man, who beat his wife until he made her skin greener than his clothes. That is right. And he took the side of the man against the women. And the story in front of us. This man, his name is Abu Abdul Rahman. He married an ex-wife of a guy, his name is Rifa, and now the women, she don't want to sleep with him. So Muhammad took the side of the man, ordering the man to rape his wife. In the top of that, the man, he did hit her until he made her skin greener than her clothes. Read Aisha, she said, I have not seen any women suffering as much as a believing women. Look, her skin greener than her clothes. Who's saying that? Aisha, not Christian Prince. Aisha saying that the most horrible life for a woman is the Muslim women life. Did you see it? It's not me saying that. I have not seen any women suffering as much as the believing women. Look, her skin is greener than her clothes. Do you see the light beating? It's light beating to the point her skin is greener than her clothes. And what Muhammad did after that? Did he say to the man, shame on you? No, he took the side of the man. Read the story. He took the side of the man and he gave him the verse saying, beat your wife. Yeah. And not only that, he forced the women to have sex with the man even though she don't want to, which means rape her. Do you see the story? If we go back to Ibn Kathir, we're speaking about what to do to the Christians. This is why after Muhammad, he says you have to force the Christian to walk in the sewage. He says this is why the leader of the faithful, he's the leader of the faithful, Umar ibn Khattab, the best, the Muslim, they say he is very, very, very much injustice. This guy, the best injustice in Islam. May Allah pleased with him, demanded his will, known the conditions to be met by the Christians. These conditions that consider their continue humiliation, Do you see it? Disgrace. The scars of the hadith narrated, etc., says that I recorded it from Umar ibn Khattab, may Allah bless with him, saying the terms of the treaty of peace. Treaty of peace. Treaty of peace. Umar, he made a treaty of peace. What the treaty of peace? Read carefully. Either you kill you all or you accept this. This is not treaty of peace. This is a treaty of humiliation. He says, in the name of Allah, most gracious, etc. This document from the servant of Allah, blah, 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 blah. And then he says, when Muslims come to us, we requested safety for ourselves, children, property, and followers of our religion. We made conditions on ourselves. This is the Christian, they have to sign that neither react in our areas, a monastery, churches, or a sanctuary for a monk, nor restore any place of worship, which means if a church is collapsing, you cannot fix it. You cannot fix a church if it's collapsing for any purpose. And that need restoration, nor use for any of them for the purpose of enmity against Muslims. We will not prevent any Muslim from resting in our churches. Muslim can go inside our church to sleep inside for any time, whether they come by day or night. You have to open the guy, he says, oh, open the church for me, I want to sleep inside. You open the church, that's it. And we will open our doors. This is your house now. Our doors, our houses of worship for the wayfarer pass by. Any Muslim fighters walking by, you have to open their doors of the churches, all of it. And Muslims will come as a guest, any guest with them too. Will enjoy boarding, food for free, 3 days for free. A Muslim, he can come to your house, he can stay in your house for 3 days and he eat for free. And you can't even say to him, leave. Now read the rest. Even he put conditions that we will not teach our children Islam. Do you believe it? We will not incorrupt our stamps in Arabic or sell liquor. We will have a front of our hair cut. You see the front of your head, you have to shave it to 0 just to make you look funny, to make fun of you. All the Christians at that time, they have to shave the front of their head as if they are bald. Do you believe it? Yet those liars in their videos, they say to us that Muhammad was a prophet of peace. He is against hate, when the Quran says clearly that Allah spread hatred and enmity between the Christians until the judgment day. When the Quran says, even take not Christians and Jews as a friends. Muslims are forbidden to take us as a friends. If we go in the Quran, chapter 5, the same chapter he chose for us from, he chose verse number 16. You will see the Quran in chapter 4, verse number 14, chapter 5, saying Allah will spread hatred. And then if you go all the way, hatred between the Christians, as we see, let us zoom in, until the judgment day, Allah, he will target the Christian, spreading hatred between them until judgment day. And then, brother, in the same chapter, verse number 51, Allah says, take not Christians and Jews as a friends. But those people, they are making videos saying Islam is not teaching hate. Well, if a Muslim cannot take me as a friend, so what I am? Obviously I'm an enemy. Is it me who's saying that or the Quran? So why they quote for us from that Quran what they like, and they did not tell us the truth? So my friend, I hope all of you will copy our videos and download them and share them and expose the lies of this organization, because obviously it's paid by the devil. Anyone who promote lies, saying Sharia law, protect women, protect freedom, all this garbage, it's a lie. Muhammad is anti-racism. Are you sure? Are you sure that Muhammad is anti-racism? Let us see if this is true or not. Shall we? Muhammad is anti-racism. That is something that is new. And they will bring you someone who speaks, or supposedly somebody presenting like a Christians. He's a Christian minister. What making it really horrible that a Christian minister spreading this propaganda. They brought you one is a Catholic, she's a female. They brought you one is a Protestant. They brought you from every church a liar who is serving the devil to lie to us. Let us see. I'm trying to find the hadith. Because I don't like really to say things without giving reference. Let us see this one as a start. What is the most hated enemy for Allah? Who is that person? You believe it or not, Muhammad, he claimed it's a black man. This is number one person whom Allah he hate most. Read carefully. When Abu Hurairah blah 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 blah, okay, so okay, and then he says the most hateful among the creation of Allah, who is a black man. Obviously this is not a racism. And by the way, the Muslim they quote for you what it's called the sermon of the last sermon. That is a fabricated story. Even in the book of Hadith, it's rejected, is not accepted. It's not in any of the Sahih books, which mean none of the authentic books have that story. And the proof in front of you. And by the way, Muhammad he made it clear when he says al-abdu bil-abd wal-hurru bil-hurr, the black for the black, the free for the free. The word abd in Arabic, for those who do not know, mean two things. Mean you are a slave and you are black in the same time, which means black slave. You see here it says al-abdu bil-abd. You see, when a Muslim he says my name Abdullah, what Abdullah mean? That's mean he is supposedly humiliating himself, making himself equal to abd, which mean equal to a black slave. But he accept to call himself such a name only in front of the name of Allah. For all of them they are slave of Allah at the end of the day. But abd is a word mean black and a slave in the same time. So in the case of murder, this is the justice of Allah. Free for the free, the white for the white, the black for the black, and the women for the women, which means Islam divide the human being to three category. free slave, free man, slave man, and female. And the penalty is free for the free. This is the highest, which means a free will not be killed for a free man, for a slave man. So if a free man he murder a slave man, he will not be killed for that. He will be killed only if he murdered a free man. So if a free white Muslim he killed a black, even if he's a Muslim, supposed he will not be killed. But later the Muslim they say, well, the hadith says that if a Muslim kill a Muslim should be killed, and they say this verse is abrogated. And as we said, that this verse proving to us again not only the racism, the stupidity, because what kind of law this law is? I kill your chicken, you kill my chicken. My chicken did nothing, you know, and your chicken. So now we have two victims. Imagine I go and kill your slave, and then what do? You kill my slave. So now we have two victims, two slaves. Have you ever heard of a stupid logic like this? In different hadith, let me find the hadith where it says that Allah he created the black people from the left shoulder of Adam. Let us see. I'm just trying to get the hadith. Let me see. This website, sometime you try to open it, it doesn't open the hadith I'm looking for. Give me a second. I don't know what's wrong with this website, but we will find it. Not sure what's wrong. Okay. Not sure what's wrong. Okay. Not sure what's wrong. Give me a second. I hate to mention something without giving proof of it. Not sure what's wrong. Give me a second. I hate to mention something without giving proof of it. Not sure what's wrong. Give me a second. Because they will say, "Oh, mention something without giving." Where is what he mentioned? Proof of it. That Allah He claimed that the Prophet says Allah created the black people to go to evil. He designed them to go to evil, and the white to go to heaven. That Allah He claimed. If this is not racism, what is racism? Let us see. He designed them to go to evil, and the white to go to heaven. That Allah He claimed. If this is not racism, what is racism? Let us see. He designed them to go to evil, and the white to go to heaven. If this is not racism, what is racism? He designed him and the white to go to heaven. If this is not racism, what is racism? He designed him and the white to go to heaven. If this is not racism, what is racism? He designed him and the white. Echoing the sound. Okay, hold on. Racism, what is racism? Oh, sorry, wait. Echoing the sound. Okay. Did that just happen? Is that happening from before or just now? No? Okay. I don't know why. All right. That's fine. Let us find it. I have actually I have the link, but each time I try to open it, it come plain. It doesn't show anything really. It is seen here. Here we go. Finally. All right. Read with me carefully, please. Let us put it in the screen. Allah Messenger, peace be upon him, said. That, by the way, doesn't say peace be upon him. It says Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, which means may Allah pray on him and salute him. Allah created Adam when he created him, and he struck his right shoulder, and there emitted from it white offspring, as if they were white ants. And he struck his left shoulder, and there emitted from it the black offspring, as if they were charcoal. He then said to those who had been emitted from the right shoulder for paradise, and I do not mind. And then he said to those who emitted from the left shoulder, which means the black, are for hell, and I don't mind. And this is a pure Islamic website. I have nothing to do with it. Any Muslim have a comment? And I will post the link in the chat. So next time, if we have a if we were looking for it, you guys, maybe you can help me. I have actually, but for some reason I have a problem with my browser. It doesn't work. Here we go. So they say to us, Muhammad is a person who do not teach racism. Is that racism or not? I mean, if this is not racism, what is racism? Muhammad is saying that white people are the good people, they will go to heaven, all of them, and the black people will go to hell. Not only that, he confirmed that in the Quran too. He claimed that even Allah, he will make every Muslim pure white and every non-Muslim pure black. Chapter 39, there's many verses, but let us show one by one. Chapter 39, verse number 60, speaking about those who refuse Allah teaching. What Allah will do to them? Allah, he will make their faces black. Do you see it? And this is not my translation, by the way. This is translation of Muslims. Do you see it? Allah will turn all those who they are non-Muslims black. And then we go to a different place, not only in this place. Chapter 3, verse number 106. The day when Allah make people white, and the day Allah will make the face of people black. How clear we can make it more than this? In the day of judgment. And not only that, in chapter 27 verse number 82, it says that Allah will send a beast. It's called a jassasa, and this beast will have the stick of Moses and the ring of Solomon, and is going to hit you in your face. And if you are a Muslim, you will be more white, and if you are non-Muslim, Allah will make you pure dark black, which means in Islam black is a sign of sin. And by the way, somebody says, okay, if Islam is a racist and it's against the black color, so how come the Muslim they kiss the black stone? That's a good question actually, but maybe you do not know that the Muslims don't believe that the black stone was black. The black stone was whiter than milk and was blackened by sin. And this is again confirmed that Muhammad teaching the Muslims that you commit sin against Allah. And sin here, by the way, it's different from our value of sin, because in Islam, if you attack the neighbor, take their wives, as long they are not in a treaty with Muslims to have protection and pay them, like if let's say there's a Christian village and they are not living under Islam and they are not paying jizya, and then you can attack them and take their money. So this is not a sin. This is a good thing to do. This is jihad. So when we say sin in Islam is have different value from sin in Christianity, totally different. Let us see what Muhammad said about the black stone. I'm trying to find the correct hadith. There's many hadith, but this website doesn't have all of them. Here we go. The Messenger of Allah said, the black stone descended from paradise, and it was more white than milk. Then it was blackened by sin of the children of Adam. So what Islam teach, that the more you commit sin, the more Allah punish you and make you black. And sin again is not the same as our sin. Like it is sin not to do jihad. If you can do jihad in Islam, if you don't attack the neighbors, the Christians, the Jews, the Hindus, especially if you can, like you are young and you can do it. So sin here is what Muslims do or people do against the will of Allah, and it's not sin as we, because the will of Allah is not the will of Jesus. Jesus says love your enemy. The Quran says torture them, kill them wherever you find them. The Messenger of Allah said the black stone descended from paradise, and it was whiter than milk, or more white than milk, and then it was blackened by the sin. So sin will lead you into, according to Muhammad, to be black. So the black stone is not kissed because it is black. It's kissed because the real black stone is whiter than milk sent by Allah. And each time you kiss the black stone is sucking your sin supposedly, and that make it black. However, we find reference from Islamic books saying that the black stone was white, but because women they used to put their hands from their blood, their private part during the period, for this is a stone was worshipped as a stone present the fertility, Baal, the god of fertility. So it's a vagina of fertility. So women and men they used to go naked around the Kaaba, and women the women who they have period, which means they are not carrying a child yet. They want to get they want to have a baby, and they cannot. So what they do, they walk around the Kaaba naked, and then they touch their vagina with their hand, and then they place their hand inside the black stone, praying to the god of fertility to make them carry a child. And we can find that actually about people going around the Kaaba naked in many reference in Islamic books, as you see here. They used to circumambulate around the Kaaba totally naked in the state of nudity. Do you see it? Well, I'm showing reference, my friend. Which one you want? The black stone? This one, here we go. This is Sahih Muslim, hadith number 1219. Remember, those hadith, by the way, is not accurate really. It's just how they made them in the translation. So they used to go around the Kaaba in the state of nudity. Ask yourself, what was the religion exist around the Kaaba at that time, where people they used to go totally naked? Simply, it is nothing but the black stone was presenting the god of fertility, Baal. This is a pagan religion, and Muhammad, he just continue worshiping the same thing. He's just a pagan like the rest of them. Actually, I have a conversation with the site. It's called Ask a Muslim, and I asked him why the Prophet I did it like just last week actually. Maybe I can find you the video. I did record it. You know, I asked him why the Prophet he kissed the black stone. He said, let me, I don't remember really what he said. Let me see. Yeah, I hope I still have the conversation. Yeah, I have it. Here we go. I will mute the sound. There's no need for the sound, but I did record the conversation, you know, and the conversation was as the following. Let me mute the sound. There's no need for sound because it was text only. I will show you. Okay, I said to him, hello. His name is Imran. This is from a website called Ask a Muslim. Ask a Muslim, as you see. I said to him, thank you for answering. He said to me, you are welcome. Okay. The text is slow. The website is slow. I got some questions about Islam, if you don't mind. Let me move the thing a little bit faster. Okay, here we go. Why Muslims kiss the black stone? I ask him. The answer. I believe it because the Prophet once did that, hence, so it is to simulate him. It is not that Muslims worship the stone. This is the answer. So I said, okay, so you are saying that the Prophet was worshiping the stone, but the Muslim did not? So he's saying to me, the reason the Muslim they kiss the black stone just because the Prophet he kiss it. But the question is why he kiss it? Okay. And why the Muslims kiss it? Because the Prophet kiss it. Okay, why he kiss it? So I said to him, so you are saying that the Prophet he was worshiping the stone, but you Muslim don't? And then he said, not at all. Kissing something does not mean you worship. Kissing one child would not mean child is worshipped. I said, but it's a stone, not your child. So why the Prophet kiss it? And then he said to me, even you see, we have to move it faster because this chat is not. Even so, there could be many reasons to check the reason. Please visit Islamic.kya. Okay, I thought he will answer me. So you have no answer yet. The site name Ask a Muslim. He asked me to go to a different website. You know. So you have no answer yet. The name of the site, and then I insist. I said, so why the Prophet kissed the stone? You see, the site name is Ask a Muslim, and yet he's asking me to go to different website now. I insist. I said, okay, why the prophet kissed the stone? He will not answer me. And now, look, I said to him, I thought Islam is not a pagan cult. I thought Islam is not pagan. He said, sorry for that, because the video, you know, is not showing. We are here to help. That does not mean we will have the answer, all the answers. I mean, if a simple question like this about black stone, you have no answer for it. But because no Muslim have an answer for it, it's not because he, you know, no Muslim have an answer. Okay. By the way, as far as worship is concerned, that the prophet worship God alone, he come to correct this distortion of the people of let's see, let's go back. Worship God alone. This thing is, let me stop the video. He come to correct distortion people had made regard to worship of one God. Okay, I said to him, still no answer. You worship God alone, but yet kissing a stone. And then he says to me, go and visit this website. Look at this. Like I said, kissing a thing does not mean you worship it. Okay, it mean what? So I said to him again, so why you kiss it? So why he kiss it? He like it? He said, you worship God, yet you do not kiss God. That may help your okay. Huh? You see, they have no answer, and then he hang up on me. I do not know the specific reason. What he mean? Like I said, this is interest you. I have given you a link to check it out. He gave me a link to check it out. So you are a Muslim, okay? So you do not kiss God. You do not kiss God, but you kiss stones. So you are a Muslim, but yet you do not know such a simple answer. And then he says to me, I do not know where you're going. I mean, it's just simple question. Where we going? Obviously, we are going nowhere, because this is what Islam is about. You go nowhere. And then he hang up on me the conversation. See the conversation, Imran, he closed the conversation. And what the site name? Ask a Muslim. So Ask a Muslim are willing to answer you as long you are a fool who don't ask questions. You need, it's exposing the cult of Islam. Very simple question. Muhammad, he worship one God, but he kisses stones. And why he kissed the stones, nobody can tell us why. And then we find that the black stone was nothing but a vagina God part where people worship it so they can have babies. But what? We have a site, it's called Ask a Muslim. Let me ask you, my friend, which one you think can teach you better about Islam? Ask a Muslim or ask a Christian, especially Christian Prince? Obviously Christian Prince, he is the one who knows, and you Muslim know nothing. Tomorrow we will try to be live on air again, and with this we will try to stop. And I'm happy today we have no difficulty with that broadcasting. It was good, the sound was good, and now we are able even to put questions or comment in the screen, as you see. I like this software. Actually, it's very simple to use. And then supposedly we will pay $20 a month later. This is like now for free. We are using it for free. So, but it sound good, right? The voice was good. The image was not buffering, or do we have any problem? No problem, right? Look like it's a good software, so maybe we will continue using it. And actually, I like this idea that we can post any comment. Sheila VM, Amran run away. No, he did not run away. He have 4 wives waiting for him, sister. What are you talking about? They don't run away. All right. Yeah, and yet they want to, you know, they want to, they give us headache speaking about worshiping one God, one God, one God, but they kiss stones. One God, we go around stones. One God, we pray in the direction of a stone. One God, and they believe even the black stone is the right hand of Allah. If this is what one God religion believe, is all about stones. So what about 10 gods? And by the way, the idea of having one God or 20 God, I mean, who care? Let me explain to you. I mean, it's very silly. Muslim, when you speak to us about we believe in one God, monotheism. You see, you believe in monotheism or not? The question is, your God is true or not? Let us say there's somebody who believe in 1,000 God, and there is 1,000 God. That means he's right, correct? It's not about how many they are. This is silly. This is actually stupid to think that you are superior because you believe in one God. Well, here we go. There's I heard that's in I think in Sweden, they approve a group of people to build a temple who worship Shaitan, Satan. Okay, their God is one. His name is Satan. So a group of like 80 people in the whole country, they make a request. We want to worship Satan. We want to build a temple for us. The government approved them. Freedom of religion, supposedly. So they worship Satan, and by the way, they worship Satan, but look like they are better than than Muhammad, because they worship Satan, yet they did not kill anyone there yet. You know what I mean? They worship Satan, but they are not going after people to shoot them or to kill them or to, you know, to slaughter. But yet they worship Satan. So worshiping one God or 10 God or 50 God or 7 God or 4 God, who care? The question is your God exist? What kind of God you do not know how the baby created? What kind of God you think the sun set in murky water? What kind of God you think women have a sperm coming from their ribs? What kind of God you know? I mean, this is, you have one God, but he is a stupid God. Your God is Muhammad, my friend. We know that you have one God. His name is Muhammad. But your God is a silly God, and he is not good for me. Is he good for you? To learn more about the cult of Islam, feel free to read my books. You can find them in Amazon in all countries, and more books will come soon. And by the way, soon I will announce a channel which is going to be totally different channel from what we do here. That channel is going to be to speak about things have nothing to do with religion, nothing to do with politics. Is going to be for us as a Christians and non-Christians to have fun together and to speak and maybe review quality things. So we will talk about countries, we will talk about tourism, we will talk about even product, and I think this will be a very good idea. And then YouTube cannot flag us, correct? I mean, here they have an excuse to take our videos down. There they cannot. So what do you think, guys, about the idea? Is it good? It's going to be a place, a channel. We will talk about things that have nothing to do with religion, nothing to do with politics, and no headache. All right? So it's going to be like a break from all of this garbage, and we will do review. Like, you know, for me, I've been in many countries, so I will share with you my experience about those countries, and things I do, things we should do, things we should not do, and even we can review product if people ask for that. I don't mind. It's just a channel to be a family together and to take a break from this cult. So tell me in the text, in the comment later, what do you think about this idea, if it's good or not, and we will go for it if you think it's a good idea. Cooking recipe, why not? I can actually, I am very good in cooking. You see, if women they see how I cook, they will hate me. I cook very good. Yeah, why not? I mean, it doesn't matter really what we do. It's going to be for fun. In the same time, we have a place. It's like, let's say we have a club where we meet always, and that will be secure, because we will not talk about religion, we will not talk about politics, and those the only two things can take you down. You see, YouTube, I flag a video of a woman going naked, and she have her video there and for more than a year, and nobody complained. I mean, in YouTube, it says in YouTube, report nudity. Well, the woman totally naked in the video, just to bring people to click at her video, and YouTube did not take it down. My videos is dangerous. And here you see the hypocrisy. If a man he go naked, they will take his video down. Why if a woman she go naked, they don't take it? What is different? Why it's okay? You see the hypocrisy? Even from the police, if a woman she is walking in the street and her underwear is coming out from her pant, they don't mind. They look, if a man he walk in the street and his pant is coming down showing his underwear, the police will stop and he says, you cannot do that. You know what I mean? Why he cannot, the woman she can? Because he like the view. So women, she is going naked in YouTube, nobody take her videos down. She is totally naked, she is wearing nothing. I was like watching a video like in YouTube, sometime I put it about beach, etc., and then they keep like autoplay, one after one, and then suddenly I look at the TV, and what this woman, she's wearing nothing. But my videos is dangerous. My video is risky. We speak about God, we speak about what's right, what's wrong, but going naked is not going to take you down. So anyway, later I will announce to you the channel we will be in, and you can join us and you can subscribe if you like to do so. Adam, he want to debate. Who is this Adam? Adam. Okay, Mr. Adam. Well, if we go live on air tomorrow, feel free to contact me tomorrow, maybe, because now almost we are done, and you can invite Eve with you. Oh, I forgot you are a Muslim. You can invite all the Eves with you, just to take care of you during the debate, because you will need support. So I want to say thank you guys for being here. May the Lord bless you, and enter, we'll see you soon again, maybe tomorrow, if not the day after. Christ is Lord and Islam is false. See you soon. Bye-bye.